How's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys. And today, we're going to be doing my full review of Chroma Rom for the Nexus 4. Now, I do have my Moto X Pure Edition in the frame, but we're going to get to a slight comparison when I get to the battery life section. Anyways, let's get into this. So, this is my Nexus 4, and it's running Chroma Rom based on Android 6.0.1. So, the latest version of Android that you can see right there. And let's play a little Easter egg for you guys. And there we go. So there you can see, and now I suck at this game, so y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna make one attempt. Shit. Sorry. Forgive my language. But as you can see, it's running on the latest Android 6.0.1. And first, before I dive into some stuff, let me just outline how these ROM reviews are going to work. My main concern when it comes to a ROM for a device, particularly the Nexus 4, I care about the features and the overall performance gain, and most importantly would be, do I gain or lose any particular battery life? So those are going to be my main points. So let's get into this. So first off, let's start with the features here. Let that focus up. So you have, first of all, in the quick pull down here, this is fully customizable. So I can get rid of my brightness slider and add a brightness toggle. I could rearrange these. I could add another row. As you can see, I have a screenshot in here. And then right there you can see it's telling me the weather, the time, and the date, and my next alarm. That's fully customizable there. And then if we jump into settings, you can see we pretty much have your stock Android settings for 6.0. So all this good stuff is here. But here's something I really like, is this is the ROM's customizations, and it does also in here tell you a little bit about the ROM, where you can donate, where you can follow them on Twitter and things of that nature. So that's all here. So when it comes to customization, I do enjoy some customizations, but I'm not a big customizer. So as y'all can see, I moved the clock to the center because I think it looks a little bit better in the center, and it kind of unclutters the side there. And I added the battery percentage, because I don't like just having the regular icon there. I think it's a lot better when you have a percentage. But also, you can do all types of things. So you can take away or add the brightness slider, or you can do it so where when you touch the status bar, it controls the brightness. You have a show notification count. You can customize the quick pull down, so instead of pulling down twice, you only got to pull down once on any particular side. You can change how it looks when data is enabled. And a nice little side note is that with this ROM, I do get LTE speeds. So that's pretty cool. And everything works how it's supposed to. So my data works, and my calls work, my speakers work, everything works. So moving on, right there you can see I could show weather or not just by turning that off and on. I could customize the clock. I could add rows to the quick pull down, things like that. And this takes away the brightness slider, but I can also add a brightness quick shortcut. Other customizations include I can customize the navigation buttons down there, and I can do double tap to sleep. It doesn't have double tap to wake. That would have been cool if they could have added that. I could change the density of the navigation buttons, and I can rearrange the navigation buttons to however I want it to be. So right here you see I can hit edit, and I can fully rearrange this and add buttons. But I kind of like it this way, so I'm going to leave it. Another thing is you can control whether what the volume rockers do. So I can have it to where this helps me scroll through a message. So instead of trying to use my finger, I could use the up and down arrows. I also have, you can quick kill on the back button. You can show clear all in the recent apps here. So as y'all can see, I have that clear all button right there. And I can customize where this goes. So you see I can put it on the bottom, I can put it in the top left, top right, center. I could pretty much customize wherever I want it to go. Seeing as I would like the location of where they had it on the Alcatel One Touch, I kind of put mine in the bottom in the middle. So that's why mine is set up like that. And also, as you can see, I added a Google search bar in the recent apps. You can control that from this screen as well. So I figured that was pretty cool, as you can see right there. You do have gesture support, so double tap anywhere to sleep and things like that. I don't really use these gestures too much. And as you can see, I do have double tap the nav bar to sleep, because that's one that I use. So anything I use, I have turned on. And then you do have certain stuff you can do on the lock screen as well. So you can change your carrier logo. You can add text to the lock screen. You can change wallpapers, stuff like that. But a large majority of that I don't really use. So as you can see, it's left off. And then here you have your power menu options here. And for those of you who don't know, your power menu is when you go to turn off the device. Now, I added a few things, such as, I think this came as by default, but usually on custom ROMs, you have to go and turn this off and on. But as you can see, if I go in here to reboot, I have the option to reboot normally, do a soft reboot, reboot into recovery, or reboot into the bootloader, which then I can get into recovery. So that's pretty cool that they have that option there out of the box. Now, moving on, in terms of customization, that's pretty much it. And I must say, I can really appreciate that because one, the ROM itself is fairly small, so it flashes fairly quickly, and it takes up almost no space on the device. Now, this what you see right here is because I have a ROM backup stored to the device, but as you can see, in terms of apps, I don't really have that. I'm not really taking up that much space when it comes to apps. Neither am I taking up that much space when it comes to pictures. But what you see here in the other section is I do have a backup stored on the internal location of this device. So if anything was to happen, I could just reboot into recovery and restore my backup. That's why a large majority of the space is being taken up, because I have that backup there. Now, another thing I wanted to point out is that when you install this ROM, there's absolutely nothing on it. Just about. Hold on, guys. Let me hold on. There's absolutely nothing on it. Just about. Sorry about that phone call, guys. But you really don't have anything there except for this audio effects app. So that was pretty cool, and the Google Play Store. So and it does come pre-rooted. So this is pretty much a blank canvas for users to do with as they will. So that was pretty cool. Now, moving on, let's talk about the overall performance of this guy. Now, I must say, performance-wise, I've had no issues. I've had no issues with the Wi-Fi, nothing like that. And as I said earlier, I was able to get LTE on this device. So let me go ahead and just show y'all, because I did run a speed test. Now, as you can see, I'm running LTE on this device, and I'm getting pretty good speeds. So the performance on here is pretty good, and I didn't have any issues. And you have all of your stock Marshmallow features and those little bits of customizations that I talked about. So now, let's get to what I consider one of the most important parts when it comes to talking about a phone or a ROM or a mobile device in general. Let's get to the battery life. So, in terms of battery life, and this is where the Moto X Pure comes into play here. Now, when I do a battery test for a review, I like to keep, when I'm doing the heavy test, I like to keep stuff on full bore, full tilt. As y'all will see, if y'all have seen my my reviews of the Anchor battery that I did and the Hyperion battery that I did, when I do heavy use, I keep everything on full bore, full tilt. And I'm very happy to say that with heavy use on this device, I'm pretty much, these two devices right here, guys, are pretty much scoring in the same realm in terms of battery life. Let me go ahead and find the right one here. Don't want to have it mixed up. Alright, so as you can see, let me let that focus. This was with heavy use, and you can see I had the screen on 44% of the time, and I got, let me let that focus up. I got 7 hours and 11 minutes and 50 seconds. Now over here on the Nexus, I did the same thing. So you can see I got it 41% of the time, and it's zeroed out. And you can see I got 7 hours and 12 minutes and a couple seconds. Now, before I flashed the ROM, I did the same test with it on stock. And let me see if I could find that. Alright, right here. So, this is heavy use on stock ROM, and you can see I ran it down to 1%, and I got 8 hours of overall usage. And I got 6 hours and 26 minutes of screen on time. So, with this ROM, I would say that we are getting quite a battery increase, because it seems to me that this is a little bit better optimized than stock ROM. So, you can see that there. I did get almost an extra 40 minutes, give or take a few minutes. But I can really appreciate that. And as I've showed you, with this ROM on here, this pretty much puts these two devices on par with each other. Now, if you ask me, that's kind of funny, because this device came out at the last year, sometime last year. I can't remember the exact release date. And this device is over 2 years old. And just to be able to flash a custom ROM and keep them on par with each other, that's pretty cool. So, it's almost like if you don't want to spend the extra dollars on getting a higher tier device like this, even though I would recommend that you do, because just with all my testing and things, the certain parts of this are a lot better than certain parts of this. So, like the speakers, for example, and the overall display size and the quality of the display. But if you just want a device and you want it to work as intended, and you know, you get a little tired with the stock Android experience, or you know, you like the battery is not living up to par, then I would probably say go ahead and flash this ROM, because you know, I got better battery life, I got better performance, I have LTE support now. So all in all, I would say that Chroma Rom for the Nexus 4 is a pretty solid ROM. Now, let me just go ahead and say all links to where to get the stuff to flash this ROM will be in the video description. And if you need a guide on how to flash this, you can pretty much use the teaser video that I put out that walks you through all of the steps. So that's that. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. So, if you enjoyed this video, please help your boy out and give it a thumbs up. That really does help. You don't know how much. Now, I might flash another ROM. I was thinking about flashing Rom. I haven't decided yet. There's also the Pure Nexus Experience, the Pure project. I might flash that one too. I haven't decided. And if y'all have a ROM for the Nexus 4 that y'all would like me to take a look at, flash, and give it a once over, y'all can go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I'll look through the comments and flash them appropriately and come out with reviews for these ROMs. But that being said, I kind of got off tangent. But if you enjoyed the video, please help your boy out and give it a thumbs up. That really does help. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw, uncut content like this, please hit the subscribe button down below to get notified as soon as videos are available. And yeah, if you know anybody looking for some really great deals on some really great products and they don't have a ton of money to spend, please refer them to my channel, because you know I make all these videos for everybody, because I understand that we don't always have money for the best, but we all deserve to have quality devices regardless of how much money we have. So, that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring this video to a close, and I will catch y'all in the next video. And peace. Y'all have a good one.